What's up, everyone? Peti Kish Hun here, and today I'm going to be talking about Game Awards 2024 nominees.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Oh boy, it's that time of the year again. We got the Game Awards, and it's been getting really bad year after year, but I just want to go through this year especially. A lot of games were flops, and there were some successful games as well. But we're going to go through each category. I'm going to give you my opinion for each one, as well as I'm going to be talking about the real Game Awards, which is an alternative version of what the Game Awards is. So the real Game Awards is meant for the gamers. Created by gamers, meant for gamers. That's what it's supposed to be for. But the Game Awards is more of a corporate entity. You really don't have a say in what wins. It's mostly just journalists and legacy media picking out the winners for each category.
It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
I really haven't talked about it on this channel, but we're going to be going into that as well with the real Game Awards, because I think it's a next great step for gamers getting their voice out there.
Trust me.
But before we get into all of this, guys, I'd love it if you guys could like, share, sub, follow on this channel. If you enjoy this video, please do so. I'd appreciate it very much. Let's push this algorithm forward for more of these kind of videos. All right, so we're here at the 2024 nominee section of the Game Shill Awards, or the Grift Awards, let's just say.
For a modern gaming audience.
Because it really is. It really is. It's just a circle jerk. $250,000. Let that sink in for a premiere on the Game Awards. It's insane. It's a joke. Let's just say it's a joke. It's cringe. It's rigged from the start. Yeah, let's just start. I'm just babbling around. Let's go. Best esports team, don't care. Best esports athlete, don't care. I'm sorry, I don't follow esports stuff. Best esports game, Counter-Strike 2, let's just say that. I don't know. Content creator of the year, I don't really know many of these, but for a fact, they went with the safe bet, the more PC friendly, because I follow a lot of content creators I think belong on this category here. Not just me, guys. Don't worry, not just me. I'm not saying it, but if I ever was in the Game Awards as a content creator, I'd never accept it, because I would not be here. Let's just say that I would be not here. You know, they don't like me that much. I'm really straightforward as can be. I say it how it is. I don't think they would like that there. They want the PC friendly safe bet, I would say. The only one that I pretty much know is Typical Gamer and Queso. Everyone else I don't know, but my guess, the winner is probably going to be this VTuber. Not going to lie. This VTuber down up here, I think he's going to win. Or she. VTubing is big. Most anticipated game. Okay. Death Stranding 2. Oh my gosh. Death Stranding 2. Ghost of Yotai. No, that's too controversial right now. There's a lot of stuff going on with that game. It's not looking too good. Grand Theft Auto 6. This is probably going to win, but it's not my anticipated. Like, at this moment, like, you're anticipated for it, you know? Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, that has been anticipated for a while, but no. I would say Monster Hunter Wilds, because I actually did play it, and I think that one's actually the closest to come out, so I'm guessing Monster Hunter Wilds should be the winner here, but it's probably going to be Grand Theft Auto 6. Obviously, GTA is such a huge brand, it's such a huge name, that if it doesn't win, I'd be surprised. Best adaptation. Okay, so this one, I really don't care that much for. Arcane, I heard was good. Never really watched it. Fallout, I heard was good. Actually, I heard it was mixed. It was good in the beginning, and then people said it wasn't even that good after a while. So, yeah, Knuckles, I wanted to watch it, but never watched it. I heard this was bad. Like a Dragon Yakuza, it's not as good. The Tomb Raider, Legend of Lara Croft, another shitty adaptation. It didn't do well with people. I think Arcane's gonna win this. Even though I heard season 2 is not as good as season 1, I think it's gonna win this. Fallout could win too, to be honest. I think Fallout might win. I think that Fallout show wasn't as good as people think it is. It's mid, just like how I felt about Last of Us on HBO. I thought it was mid too. It wasn't as good as the games at all. I thought it was overrated. Let's just say, I think it's an overrated show. Best multiplayer. Okay, I wouldn't give it to Helldivers 2, but I could see that winning. COD, I don't see winning. Sorry. COD comes out every year. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think it should win really anything, to be honest. It's not that special, guys. Mario Party could win. It could be, yeah. Tekken 8, no. And in Warhammer, I just hear really good things about Space Marine 2. It's probably considered Game of the Year material for sure for a lot of people. For me, it would be Space Marine 2 for multiplayer because co-op is awesome. There is also multiplayer, but co-op in general is a good thing. So does Helldivers 2, but Helldivers like started strong, like really strong. And then all the controversy, all the issues, they literally did a 360 and made that game just died out. It wasn't as good no more. The service of the company, they like attacked the gamers. Then Sony had to step in and say that thing with the PC crowd that, you know, they have to transfer accounts to Sony accounts with the PC, with Steam. A lot of just issues and unfriendly things that happened that was not good for the community. And you saw a decrease of people playing Helldivers 2. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Helldivers 2 wins here, but Space Marine 2 is my pick. Best sports racing, don't really care. I don't play really sports games. I wish they would mix it up and actually have some cooler sports games, like besides sim sports games and racing games. I like more of the arcade style sports games, but you don't see those. So that's why I'm not voting, guys, because your vote doesn't count. It's only 10% of the vote, and then 90% of the legacy media vote on this. So your vote is only 10%, which is very low, and there's no point in voting. There's no point. Best sim strategy? Oh, shoot. I heard good things about Unicorn Overload, so I'd go between Unicorn Overload or the Goddess from Capcom. I would go with those. Best family. Okay, this one's interesting. There's 3 Nintendo games on this list, so it's probably going to be a Nintendo game that wins here. What the heck is the Plucky Squirrel? I never even heard of that. Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I heard that's really good. I don't hear anything about the Mario party game that as much. It might have been good. Princess Peach was just okay. And then Asteroid Bot was like Mario Galaxies 3 good. Like that's how good it would be. It's like Mario Galaxies. It's between Astro Bot and Zelda, I would say. Best fighting game. Okay, so this one I have a problem with. Jeff Healy recently did a thing where he said he's going to add DLC in categories and like collections, season passes, and all sorts of things in there that could be nominated for any category, which is really dumb. They should have a category for DLC, and they should have a category for, you know, classic games that have come back, remastered, remakes. Any of those could be in different categories. But now we have this. Check this out. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which is a good game. It's a good game. It's arena fighter. It's not technical. There are some technical things I've heard about, but it's not a technical fighter. It's more of an arena fighter. But yeah, it is fun, but I don't think it's for fighting game of the year. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising. I think this is pretty good. This is a good choice too, but it's not as well known yet. It's pretty good. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Class. Okay, I have beef with this because this is a collection of fighting games. This is not one fighting game. This is like 8 fighting games in one. Should be out of here already. Out. Just get it out of here. Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom is huge, but it shouldn't be here. This shouldn't be here. This should be under like classic games or something, or return of classic games in a category. No. I don't believe Marvel vs. Capcom collection should be here at all. Sorry, but it doesn't deserve it here. Same with Multiverses. Multiverses, why is this game here? No one plays this game. This game is trash.
Agreed.
It's trash. The beta, when I played it, I had a review on here a while back. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the beta. It was fine. But then when the real game started coming out and more people were starting to play it before, I got codes, I think the game was actually getting worse. It was not good. I felt the movement was slow. It was almost like a PlayStation All-Stars situation. And why is it here when it won like a few years ago as a beta, won for Fighting Game of the Year? So this game needs to be out of here as well. Take out Marvel vs. Capcom, take out Multiverses. There's a bunch of baloney. This is stupid. This is actually a waste of space here. I think it's definitely a waste of space. There's no question about it. These two don't have to be here. Even though I like Marvel vs. Capcom better, it still shouldn't be there. Tekken 8. Tekken 8 is probably going to be the winner. Best fighter on this list. Between this and Sparking Zero, I would say. But I think Tekken 8 will steal it for sure. Best RPG. This is very difficult to say. Okay, I think in this category it's fine. We're going to be going forward and there's going to be more of the Elden Ring stuff DLC, which I'm not okay with. But I think in this category it's fine. But I would just prefer having it in a category that's like ongoing, best DLC, or some sort of concept of that. Don't really want DLCs here in these categories, but the games were so bad this year, most of them, the Elden Ring just like trashed on all of these games. A lot of these games got wrecked by Elden Ring again, but whatever. Then we have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, a game everyone was excited for. It came out and no one really talked about it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I thought it's going to impact a lot of people, but it didn't. So it was very mid, I would say. It's a mid game. What they did with 7 Remake and how much they said, oh, this is going to be what you thought that OG Final Fantasy VII was. And it was actually a reimagining. It wasn't even, it's not the same game at all. It's a different game completely. Yeah, there are things that are points that are similar to the original, but it's still a different game completely. And it's a part 2 of one game. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I heard this was probably the worst from the Infinite Wealth, the Like a Dragon games. I heard it wasn't even that good compared to the last one. But it's good, but not as good as what the last Like a Dragon games were, the Yakuza games. Metaphor Refantasio. It's an Atlas game. It's the same art style as Persona games. I've seen it, and I'm going to be playing the demo for it just to see it. Yeah, I could see that one too, winning for RPG for sure. It's between Dragon's Dogma, Elden Ring, and Metaphor Refantasio. It's between those 3, I would say, for RPG. Best action adventure. Okay, this one is horrible. This list is really bad. Astrobot, yeah, okay. It's a platforming game. I think we should put that under best platformer or some sort of thing. Same with this. This is also a platformer, Prince of Persia Lost Crown, which I heard it was pretty good. It wasn't that bad, but it didn't do well. Not a lot of people played it, and it probably destroyed Prince of Persia, and it might not come back for a while. Let's just say that. Silent Hill 2 is not an action-adventure game, guys. This is survival horror game. If you look it up, it's a survival horror game. It always was. And this game, I'm sorry to say it, guys, it's overrated.
No. Wait.
It's an overrated game. If people are saying, oh, it's so close to the original. No, the theme of it doesn't feel close to the original at all. It's a good game, but it doesn't feel like Silent Hill 2. It takes away a lot of the matureness of what the original was, the survival horror aspect of it. And I know people would be like, this deserves Game of the Year. And I say, no, it doesn't. It's a remake. I think remakes, I said that last year. I did say I liked Resident Evil 4 remake as much as the original. I think it's up there. It's like in between. Both of them are similar for me for my favorite. But the original is still always going to be better than the remake. It just is. Sorry. Remakes can be good. I agree. I do love remakes, some remakes, but they're trying to go with the Resident Evil remake style, and it didn't work out, I think, for this game at all. Silent Hill didn't do as well as Konami thought it would, and it had a lot of controversy about the game itself. So Star Wars Outlaws should not even be here. Why is this crap on here? This game bombed so hard that this game should be nominated for nothing in The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Okay, I would say between Astro Bot and Legend of Zelda. Best action game. Okay, so we got... Whoa, this is a good one. This one's a good one. I already gave it to Space Marine 2. I'd probably give it to Stellar Blade, because I haven't seen Stellar Blade in a lot of categories. And Wukong's good too. They're definitely action orientated. I think Stellar Blade deserves some sort of award. It deserves something. I played Stellar Blade and I enjoyed it. I like the game. It is good. Yeah, I want to give it to Stellar Blade, but my guess is probably going to be Wukong or Helldivers 2. Or surprisingly, I would be okay with Space Marine 2. Best VR, AR, don't really care. I'm going to go with Metro Awakening. Best mobile game, don't care once again. Oh, this game you're going to see a lot. This card game, Balatro. It's been popping off this game recently, and it has some sort of like following, like crazy following. I don't know anything about this. It's like a roguelike poker game, card game. I have no clue what the fascination is about this game. Who knows? Maybe I need to try it out. Don't know. It's been popping off, this indie game. Balatro for this best mobile game, or Zenless Zone Zero. I've seen people play this and it looks pretty cool. Best debut indie game. Didn't play any of these games at all. Debut. What is this? For the best debut game created by a new independent studio. Okay. Best new independent studio. I'll give it to the Plucky Squirrel. I don't know. Best independent game. Wait. For outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. So they gave indie 2 different categories. Interesting. The only game I know I've seen is UFO 50. I would give it to UFO 50 for this one. Best community support. No Helldivers 2. That needs to get off here right now. That was the worst. Baldur's Gate 3, I didn't know there was any community support for this. Final Fantasy 14, yeah, probably, but it's starting to lack now. It's still there, but I feel like it's gonna start getting less and less. Same with Fortnite. It's been lacking, I think, in Fortnite, but it's still up there. There's still a lot of support for it. No Man's Sky, ever since launch where it's pretty much stunk, it wasn't as good. They've been coming back and back better and better. But I would say No Man's Sky, but I wouldn't be surprised if Final Fantasy 14 or Fortnite wins. Best ongoing. So this is what I was talking about. Best ongoing. So this is award to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. This one should be DLC, but it's just live service games. Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2. But this one should have Elden Ring. I would even put some remakes. Actually, no, remakes don't count. Remakes should be a different category altogether. Should be just remakes. Yeah, I think DLC should be in this category, or make a DLC category. Make this, just call it live service game category. But this is where Elden Ring should have been. I would say, again, Fortnite or Final Fantasy 14. Game for impact. They do this every year. This is the activist category. Let's just say that. For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message.
Fuck.
The message. Here we go. This is the message. Close the distance. Etika, Neva, Life is Strange, Double Exposure, which I heard that nothing about. It was bad. I'd have no clue. Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2. I forgot this game came out completely. It wasn't as good as the one I remember. And Tales from Gusar Zao. Oh, this one, yeah. It's a game that no one played, and the game company tanked. Plus, it was also a sweet baby game, so that also didn't help it. But I heard the gameplay is actually pretty decent. Senua or Zao for that one. Innovation in accessibility. Ooh, what is this? Oh, this is the participation trophy. You can call this the special trophy because you didn't make it.
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard.
So this is the modern audience participation trophy, right? Dragon Age Veilguard. This is the only category that this is in. I have to say something, guys. I'm going to say this. I was mistaken. I was wrong. I said Dragon Age Veilguard is going to win a lot of rewards and it's going to win Game of the Year. But now I think the culture of the gaming industry is changing and you can see it. And this game was complete horseshit. People wanted refunds. It's one of the most disgraceful games of this year, or one of the worst disappointing games of the year, the biggest flops of the year. And I think this is a giant flop of the year, and that's why it's here, Veilguard. If you're in a category with Veilguard, I feel sorry for you. Actually, I don't, because I see Outlaws here, which didn't do well either. So we got 2 Ubisoft, we got the BioWare, we got Blizzard, and we got Activision. Holy moly. I really don't care who wins this one, to be honest. It's a participation trophy. Doesn't really matter. But it is funny that Dragon Age didn't make it. Not even an RPG. Not even RPG at all. So that's what I'm saying. This means this game was a failure. Recently, journalists and articles came out that like the game is so woke that it's like unplayable for some of these journalists now. And they gave it like 9 out of 10s, 4 out of 5s, and now they're backtracking. Sounds like there's a lot of shilling going around here and grifting.
Oh no. Everything woke turns to shit, okay?
I'm not surprised at all. Best performance. I love it they don't even tell you what characters they play. So Brianna White, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, she's Aerith. Hannah Tell is Life is Strange Double Exposure. I think she's Max. I know that because I played the first Life is Strange. That's the only one I played. And I did finish it. And I'm probably never going to play that game again. It's all right for what it was. But even then, I had weird vibes about that game. I don't know what. I just had some weird vibes. Nah, I'm not playing that game again. Sorry. Oh, what's in it? Outlaws girl, the K girl. No, definitely not her. She was bitching about gamers and other stuff before. And I was like, nope. Luke Roberts, James did good in Silent Hill 2. Yeah, he did a pretty good job. Milena. Oh, she already won like a few years ago. She won as Senua. Get another award? Why not? I would go with Brianna and Luke for this one. All right, best audio design. This is not music, this is audio. Okay, I would go with Senua, Astrobot, or Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 did have some really good audio. It's a horror game. If it doesn't have good audio, then what are you doing? What are you doing? And Senua, the whole thing is also audio. It's one of those. Best score in music. Okay, for this one, oh, this one's a tough one. I don't know anything about Astrobot, but Rebirth, whew, that music claps. That's a good one. That one's classic. Final Fantasy. Metaphor, don't know much about. Silent Hill 2 is really good, but I don't know. Stellar Blade is super good too. I really like the Stellar Blade music. I did give it to Stellar Blade, ready for action game. I think I'm going to give it to Final Fantasy for this one. I'm going to give it to Final Fantasy. The music's too good. Too good. Best art direction. Okay. This is objective, I think. This is very objective. Art can be different for everyone. It could look different. It could be pleasing for different people. I think this is the one between Wukong and Elden Ring DLC. And I think Elden Ring DLC might win this one for sure. Same with narrative. Narrative can be also a little bit objective because some people like Rebirth story and some people hate it. So it's very mixed. Silent Hill 2, hell no. I'm sorry. It is the same game, yes, but it doesn't tell it as good as the first one, though. It doesn't have the vibe of the OG Silent Hill 2. I'm sorry. So I don't think so. I might have to give this to Metaphor. I don't know. This one's tough. Best game direction. So this is pretty much second place for the game of the year. I would say Elden Ring for this. This one also is snubbed because I think Stellar Blade should be here. Let's replace Elden Ring DLC because it's a DLC. Balatro and I think Final Fantasy, since it's a remake and it's only of a part 2 of a whole game, I would take those out. I'm sorry, I would take those out. I would have put Space Marine 2, Stellar Blade, and then I don't know what I would pick for the next one, but I would definitely pick those. And here, Game of the Year, the one you've been waiting for. I want personally Wukong to win. China's big. Just look at this whole thing. Japan, Western, China, Japan, Japan. All these games are Eastern games besides Balatro. I think it's Canadian. That means the games from the East are sweeping the gaming industry. The Western games are failing. They're failing. Failing.
Emotional damage.
We know this. We've seen this for a couple of years now. They're not as good, and it's showing. Now it's showing. I hope Wukong wins. Is it a Game of the Year game? No, I wouldn't say it is. But from this list, I would pick Wukong. To be honest, not many games of the year this year that I can think of that were super impactful, I would say. Not really. Everything's pretty safe. Everything's similar to each other. Yeah, I don't see it. But definitely, people have been saying a DLC shouldn't be on this list, and I agree. Yes, it is a 60-hour. It's long. It's probably the biggest DLC ever seen. Yes, but it doesn't deserve to be Game of the Year because you need still the main game to play the Elden Ring DLC. And same, I think, with Remake. Hate it or not, I think Final Fantasy shouldn't be there, as well as Silent Hill 2. I know people said, oh, it should have been there for Game of the Year. I don't think so either. I think Silent Hill 2 shouldn't be there either. And I was a big fan last year for Resident Evil 4 winning, but then I thought about it more and more, and I actually say no. I think Resident Evil 4 Remake should have not been there, and I'm glad Baldur's Gate 3 won that last year. But I wouldn't be surprised if Elden Ring won because Jeff recently just updated and put DLC as categories so it'll be accepted. So they're like, oh, people love Elden Ring, let Elden Ring win. I can see that. It Takes Two moment where it wins Game of the Year like Balatro wins because Jeff's pretty cool with the developer who made Balatro, so it makes sense that's Game of the Year. Yeah, for sure, that could be it. I wouldn't be surprised at all anymore because Game of the Year is most of the time rigged in some way. But then Wukong won't because the controversy about it, which it sold the most, but it got the lowest score from the media because of the controversy. They didn't like, it's a Chinese game and all that, whatever. The harassment, they're sexist. It's just a bunch of bull. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for that. And now let's go to the real Game Awards, guys. Studying Craig from Side Scrollers. He started the Real Game Awards because he was sick and tired of what the Game Awards has become. So we're going to watch this video. If you haven't seen this video, I highly recommend still watching it. But we're just going to see this, and I'm going to show you the categories. They don't have the nominees yet to vote. They're still building on that, and I've been a supporter of this as well. So I've been putting my input into this so I can help a bit for the Real Game Awards. But yeah, this is what Craig has to say.
If there's one thing that's become painfully clear over the last couple weeks, it's that the people who work in this industry and write about this industry that you love hate you. It's one big club, and you are not in it. In fact, did you know that the Game Awards are voted on by those exact same people? I mean, look at this list. It's IGN and Polygon and Variety, for God's sakes. It's an elitist, outdated system, and it's had way too much sway in the video game industry for way too long. I've been talking about video games online for almost 2 decades now and been playing games like longer than that, but I have never seen the video game industry.
Craig used to be in the OG Screw Attack days, with like AVG and all those people. He was there. I watched him when I was younger. I used to watch his videos. And now he understands how crazy the game industry has become. It became so corporate and greed and pushing the message that he's like, I'm had it. I'm making my own Game Awards. And I want gamers to back me up and everyone else, like all these other content creators, so we can have this Game Awards for ourselves, meant for the gamers. It's so cool. I love to see it. I love, independent creators doing the things that others have been saying for years, and now it's happening. And that's why I'm a supporter for this. Sending a message in a way where it's meant for us. It's not meant for the corporate industry. This is going to be a win for gamers, and they're seeing this, and now they're scared. They're scared of what this is going to be, and Jeff knows it too. That's why he patented the name Game Awards. He's trying to take the name Game Awards and patent it with the government. That's insane. How can you do that, Jeff?
This show is all about bringing everyone together to celebrate video games.
Don't bullshit me.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Shit.
This toxic. It is time to get our voice back. Now, look, I'm not telling you I got this whole idea mapped out because I don't. I don't even have a name for this yet, but it's become painfully obvious that this is very much needed. Year after year, over and over again after the Game Awards, people say there has to be a real award show for gamers. Well, let's do it. This is the first step to creating a club or a group where you decide the winners and losers of the video game industry.
See, he's saying it's your choice. We're listening to you gamers and you're doing it. We're going to give it to you. It's not just me and the staff. You do it. You decide.
A club where you get to decide the categories, the nominees for the categories, and of course, vote on them. And it'll all be done through an app where you can do it easily and securely. So is this club free? Nope, absolutely not. Why? As we've seen over the last few years, our hobby has been hijacked by activists looking to push their own agenda and literally push you out. For that reason alone, there has to be a barrier of entry to be a part of this club. Hell yes, we're gonna gatekeep. We should have been gatekeeping much longer. But here's my vision. With your support, we'll number one, be able to make the app, and number two, be able to create a physical award show that you'll be able to attend, guess what? With the app serving as your ticket. My vision for this also has a board of directors to help oversee things, but there are strict rules to be involved with the board. 1, they're not allowed to vote. 2, they're not allowed to be on any press list or receive any free video games and or perks from any AAA publishers. And 3, and most importantly, they are not allowed to be employed by traditional gaming media. Hey man, I get it. Video games are a mess right now. The industry you love doesn't want you, and the traditional media hates you. And that's why it's time to take games back. So go to takegamesback.com and become a member and help grow this community and help regain our voice. It's now or never.
Damn, it's so good. Craig did a good job with this one. I just wanted to show you what they actually offer. Obviously, you sign up and then there's some membership perks, whatever you pay for. It's not much, actually. And there's also discounts as well. So you pay for it and you can do whatever you like in these categories. Pick and choose what you want and put it on there. You can do whatever. Here are the categories, guys. So we got best story, best MMO, best multiplayer experience, best early access game, biggest cash grab, best value, husbando of the year for all you women out there, best video game journalist, worst video game journalist, best sports game, best RPG, best racing game, worst bait and switch. Interesting. That one's good. Best first-person shooter, best third-person shooter, best fighting game, waifu of the year. Let's go for all the men. Best company, biggest industry failure, best PlayStation IP, best Microsoft IP, best Nintendo IP, game of the year, shitty ass games of the year, and best jiggle physics. Let's fucking go. Dude, I love these categories. These categories are awesome. They don't have the games for it. People are still picking and choosing. And then we'll vote later on. I think the voting starts in December and then they announce the games in January, I think. You have best MMO. They don't even have an MMO section, another one. Early access game. They don't have that. Like I was saying, another one. Where is First Descendant? I've been playing that. That one's actually really fun. I like that game. First Descendant. Even though there's microtransactions that are kind of shitty, you know, but I still enjoyed the game either way. Throne and Liberty, Black Desert, like all these Korean games that came and are like huge, and there's a bunch of people playing it constantly. I always see in Steam charts, there's a lot of people playing those games. Where are those games on this? They don't have any of those. Shitty ass game of the year. I don't know. There's a lot of them. You could list a bunch, but this is awesome. This is awesome. And this is what I'm talking about. We need more alternatives like this, and I support the Real Game Awards. Content creators, more people need to jump on this and support this, get more informed of what is going on instead of just, you know, consuming.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
There is a cultural shift going on, and I agree something is going on in some way. But what do you guys think overall? Let me know in the comments below. Do you agree or disagree with me? Just let me know. I would like to see and read what you guys think about each thing. As well as if you like this video, I thank you so much for watching this long. And if you didn't like this video, I still thank you so much for watching this long. I'm sorry how long it took, but this one had to be said, and there's a lot of info and a lot of categories to go through. Thank you so much again, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, all. See ya.